Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. But let's just get right into it today because we are joined back by the one, the only Ms. Cynthia Bailey.
Hi.
What
So
is,
excited to talk to you today. We have so much to talk about.
oh my God. Well, first of all, welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just start with that.
Thank you.
We do have a lot to talk about. For all of those that said, oh, what is she going to do? Atlanta Housewives is over. What happens now? It's not even a joke. You have been busy.
I have. You know what? I'm laughing, but honestly, when I left, there was a small part of me. I am a Pisces, honey. I was like, well, child, I've had a good run. It's been 11 incredible years. But, there is that small part of you that, gets in your head and you're like, okay, what's going to happen next am I going to be able to, what is this next chapter really going to be like?
Of course. Listen, I'm like a Gemini, and unless I have 30 things lined up at all times,
Come on.
I get it.
Like, we don't even want a day off. Like, we're off. If I'm usually even off for a week, I'm like freaking out, like, oh my God, is my career over? Like, did my moment pass? So,
I'm so the same way. Like, I am so stressed and so busy, and I'm literally on the verge of a breakdown. And then it's like you have like half a day where you're like, okay, finally, after weeks, and then you're like, wait a second,
nobody's calling me. What's happening?
It's crazy. Well, there are so many, no shade to anyone that have left Housewives, and we don't really know what has happened. So I'm glad. Well, listen, let's talk about the obvious. I see you have your Seagrams right in front of us. So let's talk about, we have a lot to talk about, but let's talk about this Mimosas now. I really want to hear all about this.
Okay, so Mother's Day is coming up, and you guys know that, well, if you don't know, with all the jobs that I have, even in this next chapter, thank you, Lord, my biggest and most important job is being a mom. So I go hard for the moms out there. I'm all about celebrating each other, especially women and mothers. Every day should be Mother's Day. So in the spirit of celebrating moms, Seagrams and I came up with our Mimosa, just for you moms. Basically, super easy. We try to keep it simple. Any Seagram's Escape flavor that you want. I'm going with my signature cocktail that I came up with Seagram's, that I created with Seagram's. You guys remember seeing on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm gonna do, basically, I just do half of my Seagram's Escapes, my peach Bellini. Again, you guys can use any flavor that you want from the line, and just any white sparkling wine. I'm gonna put a little Prosecco in here, and any you want. I threw some blueberries in here. You guys can do strawberries, you can do pineapples, whatever you want to do. But I love it with my peach Bellini. I'm sticking with it. Again, to all the badass moms out there, continue to be great. We love you. I love my mom. Love you, Mom. Thank you for making me, for supporting me, and for loving me. So cheers to you guys. Cheers to you, the Mimosa from Seagram's Escapes. And for all the other delicious recipes, guys, make sure you just go into SeagramsEscapes.com because they got some good ones.
Listen, who doesn't love a Seagrams of any sort? That looks so delicious.
I think my outfit, which was not even planned.
It matches your outfit. You're in orange. It's like you are on brand today, Cynthia. You are on brand.
Listen, I'm telling you.
But listen, I think I like it with the blueberries, and I think I would choose the blueberries for my Seagrams.
It's really delicious, and it's very light, even for the people out there that don't really like a heavy drink. What I love about my Seagram's Escapes flavors is you can bring them up or you can bring them down. You can it's a very little alcohol if you just drink it straight. But you can layer it, especially being an ex-housewife, honey, mama, like I'm all for the sparkling white wine, but, toward the weekend, I do a little vodka or a little splash of tequila in one of my flavors.
I was just going to say, I love it layered with like a little vodka. Love that.
Oh yeah, it's great. Very light, very delicious.
Well, listen, you also signed with CGEM. Talent, like you have, you've always done acting, but your acting you've been busy with that too.
I have, you know what? I've always had acting aspirations, like way back in the day, when I started my modeling career. I did do some small acting roles, like on the Cosby Show and different things like that. So, I debuted in Sandra Bernhardt's movie Without You, I'm Nothing. So I've had moments. It's come in and out of my career. But for so many years, I was so successful with my modeling career that just became my focus. And then I transitioned right into reality TV with Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then that just kind of took over my life. And now that I'm in my next chapter, this is what I think is my next, really, I think acting is my next chapter. And I'm also enjoying hosting as well. That's been great. I would like to eventually maybe have my own show. I love spotlighting, women. I'm all about women empowerment. I love highlighting small businesses, Black-owned businesses, all of that stuff, anything that's positive.
Now, I have seen Without You, I'm Nothing many times, but
You
I
have?
mean, oh, yeah, Sandra Bernhardt, please.
That was me in there?
Well, I haven't seen it anytime recently, but I'm gonna have to go watch it again, Cynthia.
Oh no, you do. I'm basically like her alter ego. So I don't have any lines, and I'm like the only, like a Black, beautiful model girl in there. And I'm just kind of like doing little vignettes all throughout the movie. But it was so cool because I got to meet Sandra Bernhard, number one. And at the time when I did it, I was like probably 19, 20 years old. And I had just moved to New York. I'd never been to LA. We shot the movie in LA. At the time, she was best friends with Madonna, who was dating Warren Beatty. And, they were like, come with us to Spagos. And I had never really been around like famous people because I was, just a model. So I was like, wait, am I really sitting next to Madonna at Spagos? This is crazy.
Okay, slow down. Now this is this I did not. Okay, so what is it like? Going out to a dinner with Madonna? Like Madonna is my Beyonce. Let's just put it that way. Like she is my.
Well, first of all, I was in shock because, it's interesting because, like I said, I was so new. I was 19, and when you're like around people on that level, and this is before Instagram, because I'm like 55. I turned 55 in the Big Brother house this year, so Mama has been around. And I have a book that I really have to write because I have so many stories like this that a lot of people don't even realize. But anyway, so I rolled to Spagos with them. And we're sitting there, and Madonna sits right next to me, and I'm like, I don't even know how to act. I've never been around. I'm from Alabama. I just got to New York. I booked this movie. Now I'm in LA. I'd never been to LA. I was like just excited to see my hotel room. I was like, oh my God, I'd never stayed in like a nice hotel. Like I think I was at the Mondrian. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to steal all the soaps. I'm going to steal everything that's free in here. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you're like a up and coming, starving model. So I was like trying to figure out what I was going to take from the hotel pretty much the whole time. And they're like, hey, meet us downstairs while going to Spagos. I didn't know what Spagos was. I was like, okay, how should I dress? Anyway, I had like not the right clothes anyway, but I was just, faking it until I made it. So I was like, okay. So anyway, so I'm sitting next to her.